How it goes in Dallas remains to be seen. The Dak Prescott situation. Chris and I talked about this yesterday, and after we recorded PFTPM, I talked to some people in the know. Dak Prescott is talking more and more like somebody who may end up playing elsewhere. And what's kind of going on with the Cowboys and Dak Prescott is a game of chicken. The Cowboys are willing to pay a certain amount now. Dak wants more, obviously. I mean, I know. A deal would be done if that wasn't the case. It's not like the Cowboys are saying, we won't pay you anything. The Cowboys are willing to pay a certain amount. Dak wants more. If that wasn't the case, deal would be done. The question becomes, how high will the Cowboys go before week 1? And will Dak say yes to it? The Cowboys, I think, want to hedge their bets a little bit. And one of the issues, and remember, we get so caught up in the average per year, new money on a contract extension. That's like the default currency for valuing contracts, and we don't look into other things. Length of the contract is an issue. We saw that last week. Both Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa managing to finagle 4-year extensions, not 5-year extensions. They're back on the market before they turn 31 in theory. That was a huge win for the players. It never shows up in the post on social media or the headline, because the headline is the APY. Because I think at a certain level, number one, members of the media want to pander to the agents who give them their information. And number two, there's a certain amount of pot stirring because the fans get riled up at how much players are making. Oh, he's not worth that. He's not worth that. Well, yes, he is, or he wouldn't be getting it. We're all worth whatever we get. And Jordan Love must be worth $55 million a year in new money, and Tua must be worth $53.1 because they both got it. The point is, one of the factors that we're looking at, the escape hatch. When can the team get out? And my understanding is the Cowboys are trying to engineer an off-ramp, an exit hatch, an escape hatch. I gotta be consistent with my term here. I don't want to be like others who are kind of struggling for a good nickname. Escape hatch. Escape hatch. The Cowboys want one sooner than later. In the event that they recognize they're just not getting any farther with Dak Prescott, another opportunity comes along that maybe could be the answer, or he gets banged up, he starts to regress. They don't want to make a commitment that will be firm 3, 4, 5 years. I think they're looking for an off-ramp after 2 years, potentially. They don't have to take it, but potentially. I don't know that it's 2 years. I'm just telling you that one of the issues is, when will the Cowboys be able to get out of a longer-term relationship with Dak Prescott? That's a factor here. That's my understanding. But dollars continue to be a big issue. And the risk they're taking is, let's say he has a big year. Let's say they get to the NFC Championship game, God forbid, first time since 1995. You know, as you're playing deeper into January, other teams are plotting their free agency moves, and they're saying, hey, maybe we make a run at Dak Prescott. Maybe we pay him $70 million a year. And I think the Cowboys, and I don't like betting against your player. I just don't like it. If you're inclined to bet against your player, then just go ahead and move on from him. But the Cowboys are kind of betting against that. Like, you know, we'll take our chances that he's going to go out and have a big year and maybe could walk away and make far more from someone else than we want to pay. We're willing to take that good problem to have if that means we get to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl. But I feel like they're betting the under, because just go ahead and get the deal done. Let's give him the security. Let's give ourselves the certainty, and let's go see if we can get to a level we haven't reached in 29 years. But that's part of it. So it's escape hatch and it's hedging, because the thinking is, if they let this season play out, the end result will be that maybe they can get the deal on better terms than even they could get it now. That's one of the reasons for doing it now, because maybe the deal gets a lot worse for you later. I feel like they're hedging that maybe the deal won't get worse with one more year of performance. And maybe the perception will dip enough that another team won't blow the Cowboys out of the water when it comes to what they would offer. And I still think at the end of the day, what the Cowboys want to do is let Dak see what else is out there, compare it to what the Cowboys are willing to pay, and come to the conclusion that the inherent value of being starting quarterback for the Cowboys makes up for the difference between whatever Dallas will pay and what someone else will pay. Unless he just wants to prove a point, unless he just decides he's done with this crap. He's done dealing with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. He's done with the Cowboys. He wants a fresh start. When he talks about it now, he's kind of come to terms with it. You know, a lot of these interviews and press conferences feel like those little snippets from The Office. And this was one of the, I think, brilliant aspects of that show. They would have folks quickly adjust to whatever bad news it was that came their way. And then it would change, and they would change. Like, we deal with whatever the hand is we've been dealt. And I feel like Dak realizes he's about to be dealt a ticket out of Dallas, and he's come to terms with the reality that that might happen. Now, if the Cowboys would sign him to a new contract, then all of a sudden everything he'd be saying is, I was never going to leave. But he understands where this could lead. And I admire the fact that he has always been willing to take a stand to enhance his own personal earnings, to get the most out of football that he can, because you give everything you have, you should get everything you can, because you only have limited chances to do so as a player in the National Football League. So we'll see how that plays out. But remember, escape hatch and Cowboys possibly hedging against Dak not having a big year. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.